me, Alexa, and today we're going to be talking about, finally, KUMBALANGI Nights. So I have been very excited to watch this movie for quite a while, finally got around to it, and I do have to say that I really liked it. Sorry, I had to do it to you guys. I really liked that movie. Yeah, I genuinely enjoyed it so much, and we're gonna go into why. I'm gonna keep this mostly as a non-spoiler review. I think I might go into spoilers a little later on. If I do, I'll put a spoiler warning on the screen, just because there's so much that happens in this that I don't want to spoil for someone if maybe they haven't seen it yet. So yeah, so feel free to keep watching even if you haven't seen it. If I do go into any spoilers, I'll make sure to give a major warning before it starts so that you can click away or skip past it. Okay, so the movie KUMBALANGI Nights is a 2019 Malayalam film which is directed by Madhusi Narayanan and stars a whole lot of people. Some of the main names we'll say is, of course, Shane Nagam plays Bobby, Sobin Shahira plays Saji, Fahad Vasil plays Shami, Srinath Basi plays Bonnie. There's so many people. Anna Ben Naya Rambalan plays Baby, and then Grace Unley plays Simi. There's also Matthew Thomas plays Frankie, and there's a whole bunch of other characters too, but I think I'll leave my listing to those people. But yeah, so I really did enjoy this movie a lot. Actually, there's one more person I want to list. Where is she? Jasmine Metivier, who plays Nyla. So there's a lot of really great characters in this, and it's really important. It's a very like group story. Like, it's everyone's lives are very intertwined, and it's very realistic and beautifully done. So I think the thing that really made this movie was not only that it had a very like heartfelt and emotional story to it, but it was the way that these actors portrayed the characters. Like, you really cared for these characters as they were going through their struggles. The vast majority of the film, nothing too crazy happens. There's one like thing, but even that, it's very realistic. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. And that could happen, you know? And so I really appreciate that about the movie. And it does so in a way that is never boring, and it never feels forced. It all just feels really natural as you watch it. The characters' relationships with each other, they all just work. And I really enjoyed that. With the dialogues and the relationships between people, it vaguely reminded me of the Hollywood film that just came out recently, The King of Staten Island, which one of my biggest compliments to that movie was I never felt like I was watching actors. And I felt similarly when watching this movie. It felt like just watching a family together, or like, you know, friends just hanging out together. And I think that that says a lot about the actors and the director, the way they were able to bring it all together, do the casting well, to have them all have that great chemistry, and just work together in a really beautiful way. Another thing to say about it is that it was shot really beautifully, and the locations were just gorgeous. I mean, it's just truly beautiful. Everything had so much like luscious forests and just greenery everywhere, and it was really enjoyable to watch. And I love seeing this glimpse of just like a small village living their lives, and the different dynamics that work there, and you know, everything that happens. It was just really enjoyable. I really enjoyed the score for it. I thought the songs are very cute. I liked how they just had small things happen that like weren't really important to the story, but there's smaller things, like the fact that Bonnie's character was mute. That didn't really have any huge impact on the story, but it was just nice to see this person with you know, something that affects many people just being there as a part of the world very naturally. But back to the music, I thought that it was really beautiful. The only complaint I have with the music at all is that I felt the music behind Fahad Fashil's character, which he of course plays Shami, was a little too cheesy. He had like a nice little musical cue every time he comes in, and compared to how real the rest of the movie felt, it felt a little out of place because it was just so like dramatic. However, it was effective because every time he was on screen then, I was a little unsettled. I was like, oh, what's gonna happen? So it did do its job well, but I just wish maybe it was a little more subtle to blend in with the realistic feel of the rest of the movie. So I'm gonna go into a bit of spoilers now, skip ahead to whatever time I have on the screen here, and to skip the spoilers, and I'll give my final overall thoughts and give it my shark rating. So yeah, skip on to that if you have not seen the movie. Okay, so intermission. I thought that that was handled so beautifully and so well done, because so you had the moment Safi was, you know, attempting to kill himself, and you were watching it, and I was so tense. I was like, no, 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 no. And then the friend's on top, and then, you know, the roof collapses, you're like, oh, like you have that moment of relief, like, oh, thank God it didn't work, you know, he didn't kill himself. and then to realize that the friend is dead after just learning that his wife is pregnant, and just, it was just so sad to watch. I mean, I was very emotional and I smile awkwardly whenever I get emotional, so I apologize. But yeah, it was just so, I mean, it was so well handled and well done in the aftermath of it and how it all fell into place. It was really beautiful. I liked how then they went and helped take care of the wife and child, and, you know, because he seemed like he was still gonna kill himself maybe, and so he kind of repurposed his life to make it about taking care of her, because he blames himself for what happened partially. I thought that the whole storyline with the mother was really interesting as well. Made you really feel for the kids. Final spoiler thing is the fact that the ending with Shami's character, that was wild, and I loved how they kind of just did a quick like genre switch for it. Like, it became almost like a horror movie for these like few minutes that this scene, you know, took place, and I thought that that was really interesting and engaging to watch. And so I enjoyed that, like, kind of switch into it, because it was so like a drama all throughout, and then they did a really good job of switching with the score and how they did the shots just to make it have a more horror feel to it for this short segment. And yeah, it was just handled extremely well, and I really enjoyed it. Everyone's acting was phenomenal. Fahad Fasil is great. This is my second time seeing him, and I saw him in Bangalore Days, and I thought he did a good job in that as well. And then in this, he just did spectacular. It's this character of Shami. It was very unsettling. Again, my only complaint with the character was that I wish the musical cues were maybe a little more subtle throughout the movie, but he did a really good job. And like, whenever he went into that corner, I was immediately like, what's happening? And then they just like made you tense in the slow build up, and they're like in the room like calling and stuff, and then he's standing there, you know. It was just really well done, and it had a really good effect of just tension and intensity to it. And I think that it was just, yeah, handled extremely well. Okay, done with spoilers. We're done with all that. Final thoughts. So yeah, final thoughts. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was extremely well handled. I want to rewatch it. And yeah, it's really great. If you have not seen it, you have to go watch it. And it's on Prime, links in the description, and yeah, I would definitely just recommend this movie. All right, now time for the shark meter. So explanation of my movie rating system is linked in the description below. I gave a whole video about it. I was debating between two categories for this movie, but I think I've come to my answer. So it is Great White Shark. I think that it did a spectacular job with its genre. It delivered it really well, used all the techniques, and the acting was so natural, fun to watch, that I think that it really just owned what it was doing, and I really, really enjoyed the movie. Alright, so that is all I have to say about KUMBALANGI Nights. Please leave all of your thoughts down below in the comments, but make sure if you have any spoilers to put a little warning so we don't ruin the movie for anybody. But yeah, leave all of your thoughts down below. I'll be taking a look and replying to some. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe. And I hope that y'all are staying safe out there and have an absolutely amazing day. Bye!